Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to our webinar all about Kamalaya. I cannot tell you how delighted I am that we have both Karina and John Stewart here with us. And Karina and John, for those of you who may not know, are the founders of Kamalaya. So Karina, perhaps you could introduce yourself to us.
Happily. Thank you, Sally. It's a pleasure to be here, and we're very, very excited with my husband, John Stewart, of Kamalaya, Koh Samui, the wellness resort in Koh Samui, Thailand. And my background is in traditional Chinese medicine, along with a background in various holistic modalities like cranial psychotherapy, like yoga, meditation, body work, something called Heller work, which is deep structural body work, many of the Asian practices and philosophies that have informed my background, my childhood, my adolescence, my adulthood. And so the natural expression as I studied traditional Chinese medicine was to want to bring it all together in a format that would benefit people the most. And that really became fulfilled when John and I got together, and our enormous child is Kamalaya.
Wow. And John, tell us a little bit about yourself. I believe you are in Thailand at this moment, yes?
The day is just dawning here on Koh Samui. Yes, I'm John Stewart. With Karina, I'm the co-founder of Kamalaya. And we met in the Himalayas 35 years ago. And I was a monk in the Himalayas, so I lived there for 26 years altogether. And my background is really that I learned how to serve, and I learned Asian philosophical traditions, and that true happiness really comes through serving people. And so I spent many years in the Himalayas, 16 years as a monk, building schools and hospitals, taking care of people, serving the local community. And at a certain point, it became apparent that I wanted to marry Karina, and we translated that into creating Kamalaya.
Wow.
And now we serve the public at large.
Going to be an option before the summit that takes place from October 10th to the 14th.
That's right.
And it's a 4-night option. And then there is also an option after the summit ends, which is 4 nights. And that will take place from October 17th to the 21st.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the Kamalaya experience.
We're calling it a Taste of Kamalaya because it's shorter than the average stay by about half. But at the same time, we've put together programs that we feel will give a very balanced but in-depth experience of what Kamalaya is so well known for, which is really a journey into a deeper connection first to ourselves. And from that connection, from that source, a deeper and more meaningful connection to our environment, to our community, to our loved ones, to our colleagues, and to the larger community, and how we engage and how we contribute and how we form a part of the larger whole. But that connection and reactivating that, reinfusing it with meaning, with authenticity, with vitality of treatments that we feel can optimally give that experience in a very short period of time.
Okay, and so when we come to Kamalaya, we will have a program that will be put together for us that we will then do, and it might include such things, let's say, as yoga and meditation.
Absolutely.
And movement. And can you tell us some of the
specifics? Absolutely. So each of the participants, each of the guests from the GWS will have a personalized wellness consultation with one of our professional practitioners, and BIA, bioimpedance analysis, which gives us a little snapshot of where we are in terms of cellular vitality and some of the recommendations that we can start with. But there will be options such as meditation, such as breathing practices, such as energy practices, because we like for people to always leave with something that they can take and grow on their own, where they're not dependent on a therapist or a practitioner. And that really helps us in our life on day to day. There will be treatments based in traditional Chinese medicine. There will be treatments based in Thai traditional medicine. We've developed, you're going to actually get, you're some of the first people coming through a couple of our brand new designed treatments that we've been working on, the team and myself have designed, which are very therapeutic, but extremely enjoyable and pleasurable.
Oh.
Such as a
John, have you
face.
tried any of those?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, okay, good.
A bit of a glutton.
And of course, there is an enormous array of classes and physical fitness activities and relaxation activities and educational activities. So there's this balance between active, passive, very much like the rhythms of nature, the rhythms in our body. And so those 4 days will also have a balance of yin and yang, we call it in Chinese medicine, with the activities that have been selected and the treatments that have been selected.
Wow. So John, tell me from your perspective, you've been to a number of global wellness summits and what you think that we should know and why we should come to Kamalaya.
What you should know. Well, I've been coming to the global summits now, I think, for 10 years. And I haven't been to every one, but I've been to many of them. And for years and years, people have been we've been talking about Kamalaya and trying to get people to come. So first and foremost, I want to welcome everybody because it's really exciting for us to get to share our baby. I think the reason that people want to come here is really to experience what it is that we do and to experience this, what Karina is speaking about, experience the rhythms of nature. I mean, Kamalaya is built around a cave. And the cave is a holy cave where Buddhist monks and nuns have done 3-year silent retreats, forest retreats, this property that is already imbued with the power of longing and the power of hope, because so many people have done so much of their spiritual practice here. And that a little bit, the government allowed us to get that because of our background also from the Himalayas. And so we were very, very lucky to get this land. And everything is built in a circle around this land. And when you come here, you will feel it. Everybody feels it.
Absolutely.
So
very, very, very special. And
do you go into the cave? Do you use the cave, or is it a sacred? We will experience the cave.
Absolutely. Everyone is welcome to go in the cave. It is a sacred cave. It is maintained as like a little temple, but it's a living temple. People come from all over Thailand. And something you'll experience in the cave, which is just extraordinary, is that people from all over Thailand come and they put their prayers in little wooden boats. Catholics have candles. We all have a different way of expressing and leaving our prayers out into the universe to set our intentions. And every once in a while, the monks have to come and clear out all the boats. And they go to the main temple, and then eventually it starts to fill up again. So yes, everyone is welcome in the cave. It's a beautiful place to touch base. It's right in the center of Kamalaya, and everything is built around it.
Wow. And is there a significance to the name Kamalaya? Is that the name of the cave?
The Kamalaya name comes from Sanskrit, and it's a combination of the word Alaya, like Himalaya. So Alaya means the realm or the abode of or the home of. So Himalaya is Alaya, the land of the snow. And Kamalaya is the land of the lotus, because of course in Thailand, lotuses are everywhere in a lot of parts of Asia, but especially in Southeast Asia, you just see them everywhere. But also that the lotus is throughout Asia, especially coming from India, a symbol of transformation, our innate potential that though we may have arisen from very murky, difficult, challenging circumstances, because lotuses grow best in muddy waters, the capacity to grow and emerge as this beautiful, delicate stalk with this sublime bud that opens and flowers into this spectacular bloom and blossom that, exudes this subtle, exquisite scent as we grow to the light. This is our innate birth inheritance. This is the seed of potential that each one of us carries, and that if we water it and we nurture it and we look after it and value it, it is our inheritance. So we thought the name really suited the vision that John and I have had of what Kamalaya is truly about. Yes, people might lose weight. Yes, they might, their skin might be shiny after a detox and their eyes bright. Yes, you learn to relax. But really, the deepest purpose for Kamalaya, our vision, is to water what's already within each of us and help that and fertilize that growth and that potential.
That's so beautiful. Wow, it seems so profound. But after that, to go into something as pedestrian, but people want to know these things. I want to talk a little bit about the cuisine, because in the course of this, our time together, I want people to understand that when they come to Kamalaya, they're going to have this full immersive wellness experience. You tell me a little bit about what the accommodations are like at Kamalaya.
Well, we called our architectural style monk chic.
Monk chic. Okay, monk chic.
So everything is elegant, but everything is very, very simple. And we tried to translate what we've done. Essentially what we've done is we've translated ancient Asian traditions into a contemporary language. We've taken modern science and blended that together with all traditions. So right from the experience of entering the property, everything is very elegant. It's based on a kind of a Japanese farm architectural style with the angles and the way that we built things. And everything is put into the property so that you have an experience of being in nature. So all the villas, all the suites, everything looks out into, everything has its own view. So, I mean, this is a bespoke property. We are on a hillside, tumbling down into an ocean, littered with gigantic granite boulders, and our buildings are built in and out of the boulders. So sometimes you have a boulder in the room, sometimes you're on top of a boulder, sometimes the boulder is it's the back wall of your room.
It sounds very extraordinarily unique.
It's incredibly unique, and we have water. There's little rivers running throughout the entire property. So the accommodation is abundant. It has everything, but it's totally simple.
I love that.
It has windows that connect you with the nature, and big balconies that you sit in the nature.
Are you, and I don't know this, do you actually go to the beach? Is Kamalaya situated so that people would want to go to a beach, or you're just so immersed in nature with the cave and the property as it is that you really wouldn't want to go to the beach?
No. People spend a lot of time on the beach. We have a lot of free time. Everything is designed, as Karina said, so there's action and then there's pause. There's activity and then there's pause. We keep you busy, but we don't overwhelm you. We don't have television. We don't have any of the modern distractions. Although your internet will work in your room, you'll be able to stay connected and everything, but we don't have that around in the property. We don't have anything to distract you with the modern world. You take a step out of the modern world into a kind of a little paradise. And there's plenty of time to lie on the beach.
Oh, yeah. Very nice, very nice. So very simple, a very simple flight there. And I know you will pick everyone up and take very good care of them. So now I really do want to know a little bit about the cuisine and what your philosophy is and what people can expect to dine on.
The Kamalaya cuisine philosophy is one in which it's extremely important to please the senses. Because as we all know, food is our first experience of love, and we want to be sure that we want to receive that love, we want to receive that nourishment. At the same time, food is potentially one of the most powerful healers. Food for healing, or food for medicine, as I was taught in traditional Chinese medicine, is one of the foundation principles, because it's something we do every day, 3 times a day. Kamalaya, that means cuisine that is extremely nourishing. We've won several awards for our cuisine throughout the years, and very, very delicious, but at the same time, it's extremely effective at bringing our bodies into a greater state of health by reducing blood sugar imbalances, by reducing inflammation, by catalyzing or jumpstarting our metabolism, which means we're working with some of the organs like the liver and the kidneys. And we do it in a way that is sustainable. And what I mean by that is that we don't do any crash dieting or any harsh, overly restrictive approaches, which are very difficult to sustain when you get back home. Our approach is more one that while you're there, while you're eating in this new way, get the experience of how wonderful it feels to eat in a healthy way, how delicious it can be, and that it's actually doable. I can learn how to do this back home. And that's our aim. And we find that a lot of our guests come back and tell us, I didn't intend to change XYZ, but now I've done XYZ. And that's beautiful feedback, because that's exactly what we want to do. We want to.
What would be an example of that?
Well, we've had people tell us, for example, that they've changed into, they've eliminated meat, for example, that they still eat seafood, but that the red meats, which are fattier and have more acidity, they've reduced, or they've reduced and sometimes eliminated entirely. But no one has ever asked them to. Or they've stopped drinking. I mean, we've had businessmen say, you know, I felt so amazing in my 2 weeks there that I just gave up drinking effortlessly. It used to be a daily part of my life, and now it's just occasionally. And I just didn't even intend to do that, but I felt so good. The experience of feeling fantastic is what motivates people to make the changes.
Wow,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I have the itinerary here with me. Anything else? And of course, I just want to mention that, you know, anyone that is interested in the pre or post can certainly, we've been sending the itineraries out so everyone kind of gets to see it and have a sense. One of the things I really am very excited about is, you referred to this a little bit, but the number of treatments that we'll experience. So we get to choose a 60-minute session, either a pranayama, Reiki, or meditation.
That's right.
Yeah, we get to choose a 90-minute treatment, which would be either a traditional Thai massage, that sounds so divine, in Thailand, of course, and a vital essence oil massage.
Yes.
I guess we also get to choose a 75-minute treatment, which sounds just incredible, an upper body tension relief massage, or a holistic acupressure facial massage.
They're both amazing. I mean, all of them are. Our Vital Essence, I can tell you, our Vital Essence is one of our original signature massages, because it's based on traditional Chinese medical principles combined with an oil massage. So it's a little softer than a classic Chinese medical massage, and at the same time, it's more therapeutic than the Swedish massage. And similarly, the upper tension relief treatment is one of our newer treatments. It's brilliant. It's just amazing. But so is the facial reflexology. And not only do you look rejuvenated after that treatment, but actually you sleep even during the treatment. It is so profoundly relaxing and resets the nervous system in a way that impacts our sleep profoundly. Because, you know, we're usually thinking too much. We use our brains so much, and we almost never deeply relax the muscles of the face, which carry a lot of tension. So it's based on Thai traditional medicine and traditional Chinese medicine.
And I'm curious, you mentioned earlier that some things that you do call upon, you just said it's Thai medicine. What is actually Thai medicine as contrasted to traditional Chinese medicine?
So interestingly enough, shortly after, Thailand has its unique holistic medical system, its traditional medical system, from you know, hundreds of years, and it was influenced deeply by both Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, because geographically it's located at the crossroads of these two enormous civilizations, and they both have had an impact and an influence in Thailand through commerce and trade. And so now there are many people graduating with Thai traditional medical degrees, and it's a 4-year program, and we have currently employed 2 or 3 practitioners, and they bring their talent and their training to complement our other team of naturopaths, homeopaths, traditional Chinese medical doctors, and of course our Thai therapists. And so when we're creating these new programs, we're combining and using the philosophies from these Asian traditions. It's very Asian holistic medicine, you can say.
Wow. Well, I think one of the wonderful aspects of the Global Wellness Summit is the opportunity to open oneself up to learning new and different. And to my mind, one of the best ways to learn is to actually experience, to have it, you know, not just have someone tell about it, but, you know, I, for one, you know, I have not actually directly experienced Thai medicine. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
So John, when the delegates come for a pre or post, will we get to spend any time with you or Karina?
You will absolutely get to spend time with us.
Okay.
I will be here welcoming you when you arrive. And I love to share Kamalaya. I don't want to say it's my dream. It's what I love to do. So I will be around. And I know that we will also have a dinner together or a cocktail together. We'll have a moment where we can all interact together and have questions and answers, but also we're there and we'll be very much available.
And I think, again, that also is another thing that differentiates this pre or post experiences that you're going. This is really an insider's opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Sally, John and I are truly extremely excited to have you and to have the delegates visiting Kamalaya finally after after some
time. A lot of people coming because I think everybody has been watching what you've been doing for the 15 years that you've been open, and it really is a wonderful, great privilege. So before we wrap up, is there anything else that you want to share that you think is important for delegates to know when looking at this pre or post experience?
I think one of the special things that happen at Kamalaya is that our gift is to help you slow down and really feel your own potential, feel life's potential. That's how we've phrased it, and that's what really happens here. And I think it'll be a huge benefit to the whole GWS experience to come here either before and get ready for it, or come here after and digest it.
Yes.
I think we're so excited to have this opportunity to share with our brothers and sisters in the field.
Well, thank you. And I think you put that so beautifully, as you always put everything beautifully, John and Karina.
Of course. I want to add, Sally, because when you asked, would John and or I be around?
Yes.
We both are going to be around. I will also be around. We both set our schedule, and we're very much looking forward to spending time and getting to know people in a different way. It's such a wonderful time, and at Kamalaya, because you really do decompress, in a sense it ends up being a more intimate way of getting to know one another, and that happens with our other guests around, and it will certainly happen with us. We are planning to spend as much time together with the delegates as we can, as is possible, because you guys will have a schedule too. One of the things I wanted to say about the setting, because John described the place so beautifully,
yes.
but it really is a nature immersion. I mean, you will be very close to the elements. So it's part of our philosophy that nature and engaging our senses with nature is one of the pillars for true health and well-being, for true deep relaxation. And so I would suggest that people keep that in mind, so that you have shoes that work well in terrain that is up and down and hilly, and clothes that are cotton and linen, and not just the workout clothes, because those can be hot in the tropics. Just however you want to put that through to people. I think they'll feel more comfortable in clothes that invite being relaxed, being in nature, whatever that means to people.
And those stilettos behind in Hong Kong.
Absolutely. You don't need them on Koh Samui, and certainly not on Kamalaya.
Well, that sounds great. I think it's really incredibly special that we're going to get to share this with you all. So I want to thank you, and I want to say that I cannot wait to see you in Thailand in October, and I'm sure many other people feel the exact same way. And thank you for taking the time to join us for the webinar.
Thank you so much, Sally. Really. Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's an honor also.
And I feel the exact same way. So thank you both.